teams.
Yeah, absolutely. So I talked about Neo being a factor. He shows a lot of aggression towards the long A area, but here we go then. The pistol is underway. We can see 4 sets of armor for Cloud9, and it's going to be Sean actually with 1 smoke grenade in hand. So we know they favor the B side. I talked about that quite a lot, but they are going to be making their way over all 5 players as well. So that drop down area talked about so much looks like it's going to come to fruition. And there's the smoke onto that upper platform.
A huge point of focus here, but the CT side fully, well, not maybe fully, but certainly aware of it now. Taz does get a stunning start. Triple kill coming in for Taz, denying the start that Cloud9 would have wanted, pouring through that drop from, and Bialy just places the bullets in towards Sean Garris's brain. And that's Virtus.Pro kicking off with a bang.
Absolutely amazing stuff there from Taz. Normally when you know a team favors towards a drop-down area, it's advised you maybe let them take it and then you wait for the rotations to come from there. But Taz stepped up to the plate, 3 huge headshots from him. And what an amazing start. He shut down that round within 10 seconds of it happening. So amazing stuff from BPM. I think that's why they're so strong in this map. And here we go. And what's the response from Cloud9? Will they be doing the force fight? They will indeed. Tech9's going to be there. A few flashbangs in hand as well and a Molotov. But this time they're going towards the A bomb side. We can see I talked about Neo showing so much presence here. And they're going to be going through middle very fast. They're maybe trying to lock down that player, but they get some control into mid area. And how can they execute to the side now?
Snacks had a great bit of contact already, looking at the HP pool that Cloud9's working with. It's not great, and Snacks is going to plow straight through. Skadoodle's going to just mop that one up, but Neo is still there. He's holding this one strong. Flash is coming in, and the T side of Cloud9 just not breaking through, but Freakazoid getting to a good little spot. They're using the smoke well, but Bialy is waiting, Neo as well, and this is just a slaughter. But where's Shroud? Slowly working his way towards A. He's got an opportunity here. Not going to get the first. Does get a couple of tags, but it's Taz to put him down. Virtus.Pro keeping 4 alive, losing out on Snacks, but all in all, a good round.
Yeah, it's going perfectly for them so far. No bombs going down for Cloud9 whatsoever. The force bite from them there with the Tech9s, and it means Virtus.Pro can utilize that SMG perfectly. They got the perfect crossfires there, and it went very well for them. And this round should be an automatic shutdown. You can see Cloud9 literally not buying anything now. It's going to be full Glocks, and it's going to affect them going to the first gun run as well. We know the AWP is going to be a difficult purchase for them, so they need to make sure they could potentially get a couple of kills here. But VP definitely in the driving scene, getting a lot of cash together as well with farming with those SMG guns.
Yeah, brilliant amount of money already being stacked up. Neo, of course, being one of them. Going to possibly put him towards an AWP if he fancies it later in towards this game. Not a bad thing to start him off on. I'd love to see him picking that one up, but as you said, when Skadoodle's on the other side of things, it does become quite the point. And we saw in the game against Mouse, Cloud9 didn't really get rolling until we saw Skadoodle start being able to pick up that AWP once he got the economy to do so.
It took so long for them to get it, and as soon as he did, that's when they stepped up and got back into this. But here we go, then we go to the third round. We said this should be pretty much a throwaway round. There's P250s on the board for Cloud9, but what you can do with them on Cobble is yet to be seen. They obviously are going to be banging towards that B area. We said they favour it so much. Again, potentially just running out and trying to find some early frags there, but CT's going to be well aware of this, and they get slowed down straight away by the smokes. And this is what I'm talking about. Pasha is so aggressive in this area. He utilizes the smoke so well, and let's see what the T's can do in response to this.
It's a massive question, isn't it? Can they get anything out of this round? Snacks has already gone walkabouts, joined by Neo. They know where they're going. So much information already gathered. The T side has lost all element of surprise here, and that drop room is going to start being covered in the blood of Cloud9 here. Freakazoid already gets picked up and not able to make much of an impact so far. Taz leaps forward, gets the connection. That P90 is just having a great time. And Skadoodle, last man alive, not going to have much of a hope in this. He does at least get down Pasha, and they do manage to take away 2 weapons away from the players, but they were only SMGs, and let's be honest, Virtus.Pro's bank is already looking quite formidable.
Yeah, absolutely. When Cloud9 opted to send all 5 players towards that B site, it allowed VP to push certain areas of the map, pincer them into that area, and they could work out exactly what was going on. But this is interesting now. They're keeping the P90s definitely viable towards the B area. So we've seen Taz in drop down and Pasha on the upper platform area. Those are perfect guns, actually, for their playstyle they're putting forward right now. But Neo, with the AWP again, we've seen him go very aggressive in the long hauls in previous games, and there he goes again. But he never really takes the face. He kind of makes sure he wants to see if he can hear anything going on. But this time, he will take it. No AWP for Cloud9, though. They're going to be on a full rifle setup. This is the smoke we talked about. Shroud trying to get the pick. We talk about him being the Terminator as well in this position, but VP are going to be all too aware of this.
Yeah, Pasha's waiting. He does have that P90. Shroud, you pointed him out. He's a huge factor. Already gets the opener. But can Cloud9 now take the site? Can they make it off that platform? Oh, Pasha just unleashed. No, Sean Garris finds him. That's a great start here. Snacks now on the rotate. Neo's still far away. It's down to Taz and Snacks to keep this one to hand. Bomb does go down. 4 players on towards the site. Sean Garris waiting, watching. It's nothing, though, to find Taz. Now Neo, just the last man standing. This is a beautiful bit of play coming out from Cloud9. Clinical. You could say Neo will connect towards nothing, but I think he knows that's all he's going to get from this one, and off he runs.
Yeah, it's a little bit of a gamble for me. If you're keeping the P90s, obviously we talked about it, it could be viable for them, but as soon as that smoke comes down, you always have to favour Shroud in that area. And of course, he picks up the initial frag, opens up the bomb site for his team, and they swarm on and take down 3 more frags after that. So fantastic entry into this gun round for Cloud9 now. They only lose 2 rifles as well. It's not too bad for them. They want to be hunting down Neo here. They know he's got the AWP, so this is definitely worth the investment. Whether they can find that, it'll be great, but it looks like he's going to survive. That's pretty good news for VP. Obviously, they can utilise this weapon pretty effectively. The money's not too bad for them as well. After we talked about them farming so much, so that definitely boosts the economy. Neo was going towards a long A area before. I wouldn't be surprised if he took it towards B this time, just to kind of shut down that play we've just seen from Cloud9.
Well, it worked so perfectly. Let's always remember the fact that they were so good at doing that. But then again, also the P90s were there. Everything is now laid out. So let's see what Virtus.Pro can do really with a little bit more rifle power behind them. Maybe not the best utility in the world, but enough to keep this one in check. And it looks like Cloud9 once again eyes trained towards B, but this time Pasha not going to have the P90 fully set this time as Shroud already begins to hunt through. You've said how good this man can be. Let's see if he can step up to the plate once again. Cloud9 held back by these flashes. They're being slowed down, but no one going down just yet. But Shroud will find Pasha. Freakazoid towards Bialy. Once again, they're taking this side. But can the CT side of Virtus.Pro slow them down? Can they stop the plant? No. It's all going well again. Cloud9 are keeping this one in check. Taz, Snax, and Neo once again left in this predicament. Bomb still ticking. Taz does find Sean Garris. Quick exchange with Freakazoid, but it's down to a 1v2, and I don't know if Snax can pull this off. Surely he can't, and Skadoodle locks down 2 at the end, and Cloud9 pull this back so close.
That's why I'm surprised that Neo didn't go towards B with the AWP then. They're exactly the same play again. Getting in, once Shroud gets in that position, he can call his teammates. It's clear they're not facing me whatsoever. They can swarm the bombs. I got that first kill, and then that's why I said the AWP could have shut that down. He could have been there making the easy picks, and we know Cloud9 favour that B bomb site so much. It's interesting why they didn't actually opt to try and counter that, but now that forces VP onto an eco here, and all of a sudden Cloud9 picking up some momentum, just doing their standard stuff as well. They haven't really changed much at all. This is a classic Cloud9 play, and it looks like they will be opting once again to go towards this area. Now, I wouldn't be surprised if they can just keep this up for the rest of the game. It really is difficult to shut down.
Why change it, right? Let's be honest, it's worked so far. It's doing well, and they're being fairly cautious with it. Just Shroud and Freakazoid are being such a potent duo in this, and just beautiful aim from Shroud then. Of course, just against the, well, the pistol side of Virtus.Pro.
You can hear the war cries from here, from Cloud9. They're definitely firing on all cylinders right now, not dropping a single frag in this round. Neo going to be the remaining man here. Peter 50 in hand, but won't be able to do much. This bomb is ticking away now. But yeah, another successful B push from Cloud9. And you've got to ask yourself, do they just keep doing this? There doesn't seem to be a response from Virtus.Pro. I saw against Immunity, they were actually getting up onto that upper platform area and facing it. That's what I think Pasha needs to be doing, watching for Shroud to come through that smoke and at least challenge him, not allow him to have so much control and so much positional advantage in that area.
Well, that's something we'll have to keep our eyes on to if they go into the next gun round. Will Pasha actually go for that challenge? Will they draw Neo across if he can get the AWP again?
This is where Sean can be really funny with this. He can be quite creative now. He can work out, he knows the VP is so scared of this push. Maybe you just send Shroud there by himself and the rest of the guys going towards long A, trying to stack the B bomb side to lock this down, perhaps. That's what I'd be probably calling right now, trying to mix things up. You can see the buy still isn't great for VP. They're definitely clutching at straws here. They have got some decent smokes, but they haven't got the incendiaries to actually lock off the initial the execution on the bomb side when it comes. So obviously a big round here. Let's see how this one goes down. Will it be a different approach from Cloud9, or will they continue that pressure towards the B area?
It's looking fairly close to. Nothing is heading, a little bit off onto its own, but nothing will be rejoining the rest of the pack and rinse and repeat, and why not? This time, though, Snax is already over there. Bialy, Taz, they've got 4 players towards the B side. At least Pasha did push up, gets denied straight away. 1-for-1 trade, though. It's not gone as bad as before.
No, that's what they needed to do. Pasha need to get out there. 1-for-1 still favours the T zone. These next frags will be very important. They're aware of it's coming, but look at this execution now. Taz has got his work cut out for him. Bialy's going to be waiting, takes down Sean, and that is the bomb as well. Very important kill.
Bialy had the opportunity then to even do more, but not going to be the point in this one. Snax, though, waiting behind the statue, but it's Freakazoid again. This man is having a brilliant tournament thus far, but Taz is still standing, but not until then. Skadoodle and nothing, close out the round, and it doesn't see, it's not just one player doing this. Freakazoid has his moments, nothing then. Skadoodle, all of them just so proficient at that.
So they're trying to respond as well. We saw Pasha go up into the upper platform area, but unfortunately nothing came of it. Making 1 frag is just not enough. That's all Shroud needs to do. If he gets 1 one frag there and the exchange is made, 4-on-4 situation, you still favour the T's there. And even when VP had a 4-man stack on the B side, they still don't know how to shut this down. There's no contention in the drop-down area as well. It's just 4 guys going straight out the upper platform. Nothing showing some aggression towards middle at the start, maybe just to kind of mess with the CT's head. But here we go again. Why not? Let's keep going for it.
I just want to see the one response, the one thing that gets thrown back in their faces that works, but it's not this round. Shroud already finds Taz, and of course the CT's limited amounts to work with here. And while Bialy at least will find Sean Garris and stay alive towards the site, and look at Snacks lurking behind. Doesn't have the opportunity to put anything toward it, as now just Neo left in this one. He's picked himself up a rifle and looks for more. He does get Shroud. 3 left to go. You said that Neo has been improving drastically in recent times, but not that round. He can't quite shine that brightly. And once again, Cloud9 bomb plant in, completely controlled over B. And, well, this is what I want to see from Virtus.Pro. We're going to have the double orb setup coming out. This could be huge.
This is the perfect response. I said getting the AWP in that area really does shut down this play from Cloud9. It means that Shroud won't have such easy pickings towards the B site. It means that even if he goes for the face, he should be getting locked down now. This is if this goes wrong for them, I'm not really sure what their options are. Pasha, with the AWP, no equipment to speak of, but he is going to be the one trying to lock this down, and they need to work it out now. And you can see all 5 players coming in once again. This is it. This is the real test.
This could be the breaking point. Let's see what we can do here. Shroud does get shut down this time. This is the difference. Finally, Pasha does make the impact, but it's a 1-for-1 trade again. The orb's now removed from B. Bear in mind, Neo pushed out of A. He's got control there. Taz is going to push close. The flashes come through, but the T side a little more cautious, a little bit more pensive this time. Skadoodle made out, smoke out. Bialy is on the side there, catches a glimpse. Skadoodle won't hit that shot, but 1 minute left. The T side, they're not going to just re-rushing this one. They're taking their time here.
Well, Neo with that great position as well. They've got a great read on this. The CTs can stay in that B site. They know it's coming. Frags being exchanged now, 3-on-3 situation. Only 2 on the bomb side though. Skadoodle takes down Bialy. Fantastic frag, and that should allow them to get the bomb down now. Neo really needs to work out what he's going to do. He needs to get back into this round, and Snacks looks like he'll be taken down again. And Neo now too far out of this round. 3-on-1 situation, coming in the back, not going to be able to find a pick here as well. So another fantastic play from Cloud9, even losing that initial frag. We talked about Pasha trying to get that opening frag. He did it as well, but nothing responded straight away and took the frag back. So it's just, what can they do? How can they get into this? If the double orb setup's not working for them, Neo is even pushing to the top of middle, and they know exactly what's going on, but they can't seem to find the frags. They're too strong when they come out of the upper area there. So amazing stuff from Cloud9 so far, and this is exactly what we were expecting, but I didn't think it would be this formidable.
And it's just rinse and repeat, because it doesn't need to change. As you say, it's just been working out so well. And this will be another one going on the board for Cloud9. Neo does manage to stay alive, at least with the AWP, but he's probably going to be frustrated by this one, you can imagine. Just been completely locked out of this game so far. He's just not had the opportunity in this. And it looks like Virtus.Pro going to be pretty much going back into this one, but what can they do here? This needs to change.
Well, I said that was the perfect response to what was going on. And I think that now they've got the Pasha. Last game, he did do some big work with the Mag 7. We know he can be pretty scary in that area with that gun, but the way Cloud9 are playing right now, I'm not even sure what the response can be. How do you get back into this one? Maybe a boost into the drop-down area would be good, just to kind of get behind the T's and see what happens.
Well, at least Neo this time's coming over towards B. Snacks this time is going to be sat on his own by A, and now Shroud is waiting again. Bialy tempted by the boost then, not going to take it though. Tag comes out. Shroud this time tagged up. Pasha with the double. Sean Garris Skadoodle already down and out here. Shroud trying to get themselves back into this. The nade could take down Neo here, but he stays alive on 2 HP. The molly gonna have to keep him on his toes. He does get taken down. We're in a 3v2, make it a 3v1. Finally, Virtus.Pro starting to control Cloud9.
Who would have thought the Mag 7 would save the day as well? I said before, that's what Pasha did against Immunity. He picked up the same thing. 1 shot, 2 kills, and there's going to be nothing here in the 3-on-1 with the bomb down as well. Very difficult position, gets smoked out here. But the amount of rounds they've had in a row, there's no reason why he can't go for it, because grind down the CT economy even further.
Yeah, Bialy is weak as well. He will take him down. But finally, Virtus.Pro make their impression. They find maybe an answer to what Cloud9 were doing time and time again, but can you depend on that? We're going to find out. Pasha's gone back to it, so clearly feeling that is the best way to deal with this.
Well, I'm not sure it's the best way to deal with it. It worked that time.
So
it seems like the only response they've actually had that's been positive is a Mag 7 up close and personal, but that's what I was saying they should have done. Instead of allowing the T's to come out so far, they need to be up in that platform before they can smoke them out and perhaps getting the early frags. But again, Cloud9 going towards B. I'm not really sure how we can dissect this and analyze it further. They're just going for the same play every single time. It's just the response we're waiting for from VP.
And this time, Neo's not there. Bialy will, however, make a little bit of work happen with Taz picking up Shroud early on. That's a great beginning here for Virtus.Pro. But we still know that nothing's been great. This Freakazoid has been a real brute force towards following up after Shroud on towards this site. But now all the Virtus.Pro players are here. There's 5 players present. They're not messing around. They know what's going on. They maybe had a second of doubt, but no, they know this is happening. Sean Garris gets found by Bialy. Nothing's made his way out, but can't make anything out of it as Neo was just waiting in drop. And now it's Skadoodle shut down. Neo locking that one out with Bialy, and Virtus.Pro pulling it back in.
Yeah, it seems like the HG grenades that have started around seems to be a very good answer to this. Cloud9 aren't waiting at all. They're not delaying what they're doing. The Stroud's running straight through as fast as he can, and he gets taken down with I think it was a triple HG setup from them. But all 5 players having to go towards the B site now. What a response it is. What a statement it is to show how strong Cloud9 are taking that bomb site. And now they get the AWP out. Maybe a change of pace for them here as they're actually going towards the mid area. Skadoodle's going to be leading the charge here, but you can see the CTs are kind of expecting a change of pace.
Oh, it doesn't matter though. Skadoodle already denying Neo. We've seen him time and time again pushing out towards A long. This time gets challenged and loses out, and there's still Shroud on B. This was something you theorized could have happened earlier even, that maybe you just still send him there. But this time, Taz able to come into his own, deny Sean Garrison drop. They're starting to play a little bit more passively almost Virtus.Pro, with, you know, Taz playing outside of drop, not committing fully. I guess when they're seeing players over by A, they don't want to fully buy into it yet.
Well, it's the drop down area is not being used that much. It doesn't really make sense to commit players to that. You might as well have guys playing passively that can help out on the upper platform approach. But now, like you said, a slower pace here. Skadoodle getting boosted up, trying to see over the smoke whether he can find something. He may actually take down.
If only he knew. Of course, the smoke was there, but Skadoodle still finds it. Pasha goes down, and once again, B is under threat. Bialy's pulled himself back here. There's 3 players on that platform waiting to push in. 40 seconds left. Bialy's going to have to come up with the goods this time. Help is on the way, but a little too late. Shroud doing what he does best. This guy is just showing you a masterclass in how to take B here, as Shroud pushing forward. Finds another. He's not done. He wants to just add insult to injury. Stacks now. Last man standing. Already picked up 2. How much can be asked of one man? And there's the answer. Freakazoid takes him down, and Cloud9. Just that touch of a switch up, but they're still so good at this.
I don't know how Skadoodle found that pick onto Pasha there on the upper platform. I didn't see anyone on my screen, but of course he finds the pick, and once again they make their way onto the bomb site, and Shroud picking up some very valuable kills as well, and that pushes the CT economy even further down into a spiral. The Mag 7 coming out once again. They've lost that AWP that Neo's been utilising at the side alley area, but here we go. It's going to be more players back towards the A's this time, and maybe they can just bait out the B setup, just get the same smoke down, try and peel some CTs back, and then execute towards A. This is actually a really nice response, but Neo, once again, he's going to be over towards A by himself, but he's got the M4 this time instead of the AWP, so difficult for him to get as much information as he has done in the past.
Yeah, he's not able to play as, let's say, aggressively as he'd like to. Shroud is still doing the same thing, but Neo will be put under scrutiny soon enough. Shroud still having a little glimpse. This time Bialy switching up, going to pick up him. And now we finally see Virtus.Pro with the advantage at the start of the round. It feels like a lifetime since we've last seen that. But Neo dealing with it well, not letting them take full control on long, still allowing Snacks to push up too. This could be big. Great play from Snacks there, stopping those 2 players and cutting Cloud9 pretty much in half here.
Absolutely. So we saw Shroud trying to mimic the same thing we've seen almost every single round. Unfortunately, if he'd have found a pick there, that would have been great. He would have done exactly the same reaction. The CT's been pulled away, and that AXQ would have worked out perfectly for them. But he got taken down, and finally, it looks like VP may be able to scrap some money together, not losing any frags in this situation. Skadoodle and Sean both opting to save here. 35 seconds remaining on the clock. I wouldn't advise VP go hunting them. They just want to try and save as many guns as they can and maybe get some economy in their favor for once. But it looks like finally they have the response to what's going on. It's been such a crazy game so far. I can't believe how many times they've gone towards B and got away with it as well. But 5 rounds on the board, now 6 for VP. I wouldn't be surprised though if Cloud9 came back, and it looks like they're going to win this half. They're playing so phenomenally well right now.
They have just drastically improved. Your mind always goes back to when these 2 previously meet, and on paper, even the guys that they're saying, Virtus.Pro classic at taking down NA teams, always just never seemed phased by it.
That's
but
when
now you're seeing
Cobble.
such a difference.
That's when we saw Cobble come into the veto. That's when it got exciting. We thought, okay, this is a map where Shroud is so formidable. I always call him the Terminator on this because he just seems to find a kill out absolutely nowhere. Mix that in with Skadoodle as well, and his clutch sort of play, picking up vital frags in the retakes as well. It's so scary to play against. But looking at the money now, it looks like it's actually a pretty much force buy from Cloud9. They've got the AWP obviously saved, but the money isn't great in the rest of the camp. So AK saved, and they will kind of try and keep the money relatively healthy going into future rounds. But it's a big investment as well. But here we go then. It's AWP on Skadoodle. Shroud with the AK as well. They've been the point men definitely on this map so far, but finally a chance for VP to get a few rounds together at least. Shroud coming out though, here he comes. What can he make of this?
It's Shroud's platform now. He's pretty much claimed stake to this just by sheer presence alone, but will be forced back a little bit. He's not having such an easy time. As you said, once their utility starts coming to place for the CT side, they can actually force him away, brute force him away, allow Pasha some presence there. But the T side, Cloud9 having to be a little bit more respectful of this. But then again, we saw that, Skadoodle can still find those shots, even when the T side has been pushed back a little bit.
Well, this is a round VP should be winning in this situation. You can see there's not really many options. They haven't got positional control. That's Cloud9 and those. But going towards B once again, Skadoodle's actually in the drop-down area. Seeing if he can find a frag. I don't think anything's going to come his way. So it may just be the standard execution for them. They've got two smokes remaining, in fact. So whether they'll be going for the very similar picks, but we can see Pasha now actually on the platform, contending that position.
Yeah, Taz just waiting passively by drop. We've seen him fall back. You said there's been very little point in challenging this because they haven't played it too much, but now he can come around the backside as they drop in. That's Freakazoid removed, but Pasha now surrounded. Skadoodle has free reign, but Bialy pushes out from that platform, and now he should be able to lock it down as he does, leaving just Skadoodle alive. And Virtus.Pro finally starting to work this one, but as you said, that was a round they should be picking up.
Yeah, absolutely. Considering they had 3 Tech-9s there on the buy, they go into this last round now with a pretty ropey setup as well. They're going to be full Tech-9s, some Deagles there. I don't think any rifles can come into play whatsoever. Skadoodle does have 3 grand. He could bring a Galil to the party if needed, but it is not going to happen. They're going to concentrate on the utility here, so perhaps more of a set piece coming into this. I wouldn't be surprised if it did the same thing, went towards B, dropped as many smokes as they could, just try to get out, take that initial frag, and as soon as the bomb goes down, it becomes very interesting at that stage. But it looks like they're actually going to be utilizing the drop-down area more this time.
Yeah, putting a little more focus towards it. It has worked out before, Sean Garrett's got behind them, but again, it's going to be Shroud make his way out. It's already out towards B. Pasha does find one, but 3 players pouring through drop is going to add so much pressure here towards Virtus.Pro. Bialy finds Sean Garrett, but look at this, nothing, and Shroud is still alive. They could get something done here. Nothing's recovered in AK, but no, Snack says no. Shroud now 1v3, Tech-9 to hand, and not a great deal else. They know where he is. He shouldn't be able to get away with this one. He does find Pasha. Molly comes out. Ooh, 1 HP here. He needs to be careful, that Molly. A little close for comfort. Flash comes in, and Snacks closes it down. Virtus.Pro will at least lead by a touch on this half, but that was extraordinary play from Cloud9.
A crazy spell of rounds when they got 6 in a row on the terrorist side. Had they won the pistol as well, this would be too far gone for VP to get back into, but winning the half is very important for VP. I don't think this is as much as a CT bias map as people conceive it to be. It's definitely, when you have creative play like that from Cloud9 and they're able to run the execution so effectively, you can definitely pick up a lot of rounds. And VP, we saw struggling a lot. They had to almost commit 5 players to the B bomb site almost every single time just to lock down what Cloud9 were doing. But once they did find out how to do it, it seemed like Cloud9's other options going towards the slow plays towards A, it didn't seem as much, it didn't seem as impactful as what they were doing before. So well played to VP to actually get back into this. It looked like it was going to be a horrible situation for them, but it actually made it pretty competitive now. Going into the second half, pistol is going to be so big for both teams. I think VP are feeling the pressure after that one, especially. They didn't take a pause either, which is interesting. I would have definitely called for a tactical pause at some stage just to kind of work out what they can do and react to it. You saw them try the AWPs, and it was actually the Max 7 that kind of got them back into that series.
That double from Pasha that you actually called out at the start. It was the thing that helped them previously that they brought back in, and it actually worked. And off the back of that, they seem to start building around it. But let's also take into account, what do we make of Virtus.Pro on their T side, Cloud9 now on the CT side? Is there a favorable side there for these teams specifically, or is it literally just down to how they're playing directly in the rounds?
Yeah, it's such a fragging map, right? It just comes down to who's opening up. VP favor the B bomb side as well. They've got some very good executions, but after that, they're probably a little bit rattled. It must have been a very stressful game for them. You can see they look Cloud9 looking very cool and calm. But yeah, this is definitely the game we hoped for, and it's been very exciting so far. So pistol round going to be huge. I'd expect to see VP do something very simple going into this one. They probably want to just opt for a B rush themselves and show that they can do the same thing, get in there. It's definitely the most preferred option to do. We saw Taz lock it down so well in the drop-down area. That's kind of an anomaly. You don't see many CT teams able to convert 3 headshots into a drop-down rush, but let's see how this one goes down. And having a look at the T-bar, we can see the pistol run is just about to begin. Time ticking away to see the armor coming up for them. 3 players on armor, but 2 utility players as well. So they've got 2 smoke grenades, which suggests something a little bit more methodical as well. But Cloud9, I wouldn't be surprised if they went for something quite aggressive and showed their force elsewhere on the map. Here we go. Freakazoid going to be the one towards the long area by himself. And that's going to be the bomb as well for VP. So not a fast play for them. They're going to do something quite tactical here. So maybe just trying to get some attention towards the B side.
I can't wait to see this play out. You said it would be a little bit more tactical, a little bit more, let's say, refined, and it certainly looks as though it's going to be that. But Shroud is going to be just gifted, presented Neo on a play after he was just boosted up by drop. But Taz and Snacks work it out on long. So A is completely open. The CTs on the rotate, pouring back in towards A. Snacks, Pasha, Taz, and Bialy still alive.
Look at the reaction from the T's, though. They're doing the opposite. They're going back towards B straight away. So this next frag, very important. Bialy showing some presence in the drop-down area now. CTs need to work at what's going on as well. Taz is going to be instrumental here. If he can find a frag, it's going to confuse Cloud9 no end.
Yeah, let's see if he can sell the fake, see if he can keep them in place. I think Skadoodle and Sean Garris are pretty much lapping this one up. Only nothing keeping that B site in mind, and he's going to be screaming for help soon. Snacks, Bialy, Pasha, all starting to come towards the site. Nothing gets dinked, taken down. They've taken the site by force. Skadoodle is there. He can't take the shot towards the site. Bomb is planted, and look at this, just Shroud alive. And one by one, the pieces fell into place. Shroud already doing marvelously, but can't do enough as Virtus.Pro will pick up the round.
Really clever play from VP. I actually loved that pistol round. It was perfect. They showed presence towards the B platform area, utilising that smoke, trying to suggest they're doing the same thing. Freakazoid pushed out the long A area, thinking he had no contention whatsoever. Made his way to the top of middle, but there was that stack waiting for him with the bomb as well. And then there's so much confusion from the CT side that they all started peeling away to the A site. They had no real information as to what was going on. And of course, VP went back to B, had no contention whatsoever. I think there's just one player from Cloud9 waiting for them. So a perfect round, but the response here from Cloud9, the scouts coming out, and the 5-7 in armor as well. So this is obviously a very big round. Taz showing a lot of early aggression. He's going to find 3 players in the back. What can he do with this? Fluffs his lines a little bit, and the CTs haven't time to reset themselves, but there we go. Picks up the first round in Skadoodle.
How the hell has this just happened this way? Why is it a 1-for-1 trade? But finally, Pasha comes in and says, all right, if you're not going to do it, Taz, I'll just come out with a Big Mac Daddy and pick up the 2 kills. Shroud's going to be pinned down. He can't do much in this one, and Snacks will claim the last. But as you noted then, Taz just straight in, 0 care in the world. Didn't hit the shot, but they get the round.
I thought that was the easy straight down for him. Like, get that one locked down, but it was a little bit harder than we thought it would be. But ultimately a pretty clean round for VP, getting in there, locking down the CT force buy, and that's going to be difficult for Cloud9, right? So they're going to go into the first gun round. Skadoodle potentially not going to have the AWP now, and that's where it becomes difficult with the CT side, because you don't have the same amount of utility or diffuse kits, and you definitely don't have the AWP. So they need to be careful now going into these rounds. They want to probably take a couple of kills, some PT50s coming out for them, and some 5-7s as well. HE on nothing, but they haven't really stacked to a certain side. They're playing this like a normal round. 3 players towards B, but the T's is very cautiously holding the very long angles. You can see 3 players top of middle, just seeing for any CT pushes that come to mind, but the bomb down, just seeing what the CTs are doing. They're trying to ascertain the setup here and where the stacks may lie.
Yeah, just trying to feel out the map, get the idea, as you mentioned. And now, slowly but surely, it looks like Virtus.Pro are putting presence towards that B side. Pasha, Snacks, all there, but not going to be moving out hap-handedly. Too much to be lost out on. They do have the rifles, of course, and nothing. Oh, it's heating up. He's going to have to make that move. Does get taken down. Neo going to push him out of place. Snacks deals with Skadoodle, and this should be comfortable. Shroud makes it pretty expensive, though. That's 2 down for, well, a P250. That's 2 rifles lost here. Shroud, can he make it a third? No, and now it's on towards Freakazoid. 1v3. Don't think he's going to find much here. Surely they're going to be aware. And as Bialy's catch a glimpse, Taz could finish this one off pretty swiftly here. And Taz, there we go. Taz will finish it off in the end. And Virtus.Pro keeping 3 alive, bomb plant in. They're doing well so far. Yeah, absolutely. A pretty clean round for them. But this is what I was talking about before. They go into Cloud9 go into this first round now on the back foot, definitely. They don't have the same amount of equipment available to them. They definitely don't have the AWP. And this is huge for them. Losing this round is going to mean a 5-0 deficit on the second half. And VP are looking pretty strong on that. That's both pistols in the bag for them as well. So statistically speaking, they have a huge advantage here going into this second half now. But Neo has got the AWP, and we need to see something more assertive from the CTs now. They need to find the first frag to get them into the position and not allow the bomb to get down. We can see only 1 kit available, and that's going to be on Skadoodle. Yeah, Neo there, watching towards A-Long. Not going to catch a glimpse of them, though. There were 2 players pushing up a touch, but very different. And we are seeing a little bit of a peak trying to be made by Freakazoid there, but doesn't find much. Snacks will get the first. That Shroud down. That's a massive presence already removed. The turret, the Terminator. The man who's just causing so much pain, already gone. And, well, Cloud9 going to have to be so cautious going forward. There's still a lot of time on the board as well. You see Neo just kind of scouting out middle, seeing what he can find here. The CT's having a look at so many different angles. And waiting now, lying, ready for the T's to execute. Skadoodle's be fully flash taste. Taz does take him down, and that's a really nice execution of the site. Leaves the CTs in a horrible position. Of course, Freakazoid and Sean need to save here, and that's what I'm talking about. Not having the AWP presence, not being able to lock down the map so cleanly as they would like to. We saw them actually commit 2 players towards the long A area, which is kind of
a risky play as well. You're so far away from the B setup. As soon as that B round did fall away from them, it's so hard to come back into that. It's just too far gone at that stage. But saving the guns will be great for them. They can potentially contest the next round, but it looks like Freakazoid will be taken down. Great shot from Neo there. And now it's the 5-on-1. Sean just cowering away in the corner of the A site, seeing if he can save that gun. But I think that the T's know they need to hunt him down and just grind down that CT economy even further. And it's what I'm talking about. It's the 5-0 deficit you didn't want to go into. And I think that second round bye, I wouldn't have called that. I'd have probably said, let's make sure we go into the gun rounds as strong as we possibly can and get the momentum back in our favour.
As you said, carrying almost quite literally Sean there, just trying to tuck his head down, not get spotted out, and he will at least retain the weapon into this one. But Virtus.Pro now 12-7. Their T side has looked very strong. We are going to see a pause coming out for Cloud9.
Good call now.
And this is something you said that you were almost expecting from Virtus.Pro when they were feeling this sort of pressure, but it never came in. But Sean going to call that one through. And you know, if you're in his shoes now, what are you talking through? What are you discussing at this point?
Well, right now they need to balance the economy. They need to make sure they're going in with full buys. They need the smokes, they need incendiaries. They need Skadoodle available on the maps so he can actually show presence elsewhere. They can probably have him anchor on A, allowing the other guys to stack towards B. Right now that seems where Virtus.Pro are actually favouring, but they're approaching the map kind of differently. They're actually working out what the CTs are doing. They're showing presence towards middle and A, but then going back into B. And it seems like that setup is being too strong, especially when the CT economy is pretty much room. You can see there's Sean there. Last time he was in this situation as Steve, I think I remember listening into their game and you just hear him say, I don't know what to do. I'm not sure what our players here, and he knows they're really up against the ropes. It's a big decision for them right now. They've got one M4 available to them. I don't think they can justify forcing into this one with 5-7s and stuff. It'd be a very tricky round. You can see them, not a lot of communication going on as well. No one's really talking for them. I think they're just trying to work out what they can do. I guess this round is almost over. They probably shouldn't. They should just try and use Sean's rifle, maybe hand it over the Shroud, see what he can do, push an area, maybe a full-on push into the mid perhaps could be good, just to work out whether there's one T isolated by himself. That could be Neo. But you can see they look broken right now. That's day and night compared to the first half when they looked like they were really enjoying themselves. We heard the battle cries coming from across the room. But yeah, they look like a little bit lost right now. And this is exactly what happened at the CEVO event I just referenced. As soon as VP started locking them out at the start of rounds, they didn't know how to execute and get back into it. It was very difficult for them. And this is why VP are the NA destroyers almost.
But this applies throughout for Virtus.Pro. How many teams will say that we just don't know what to do against them? It was even said on the desk that so many teams struggle with how to deal with Virtus.Pro when they play the way they do. You know, who's in-game calling for them this time? Who's leading them in the rounds? And so many variations available. But Cloud9, they need an answer pretty soon. Let's be honest here. It's starting to look a little bit worrying. Let's be honest. When do the nerves kick in? Of course, it's now. This is the opportune time to try and make a change. But when does it almost become too much? Is there a point where they run out of options, or surely they've got more tricks up their sleeve?
Well, here we go then. They haven't opted to do the force buy here. They're keeping the rifle, trying to focus on the next round. So you can only assume this round will go 13-7 in favour of VP. 4 players committed to the B side. You've got Neo, like I said, isolated top and middle, just getting information, seeing if that push does come to fruition. But the guys taking this a lot slower. They're kind of baiting out that same smoke, trying to get the attention towards the upper platform area. But it seems like the guys will be going towards the drop-down zone and seeing like Neo there, just making sure he keeps the calls fresh and working out what the CTs are doing. But this looks like the execution now coming in for VP, and it should be quite a clinical round for them. Just smoke off the key choke points and go frag together onto the side. It should be a clear out for them.
Well, let's see if they can keep this as clean as possible. I doubt they're going to lose out on much here. Snacks pouring through already, cutting those 4 players in half. They can just single out Sean Garris. He's now down. That's the rifle gone. One of them can hold the rotate, and they can just walk freely towards A, and that's Pasha. Pasha just being the gatekeeper right now. He does get taken down by a Shroud, but the bomb should be able to go down fairly freely. But at least Skadoodle going to pick up the rifle, may be able to get a challenge here.
Yeah, tactical masterclass from VP there. Really baited out the B play there, and you can see Cloud9 were fully committed to that as well. They're ready for it. They're kind of expecting it any moment, and then they went through connector and went straight away, got the rotating kill as well. Cloud9 had no idea that was going on. They were fully committed on that B side. They will get a kill and save 2 rifles here, so that does help. I talked about stabilizing the economy. This definitely helps towards that, but that's 13 rounds on the board for VP, and then in the driving seat, that allows them to do more audacious plays here. They can probably opt to do let's just do a straight up B rush next round. Let's just keep the pressure on, not let VP not let Cloud9 adapt to what we're doing. But this is when we'll see the AWP come in. There's no doubt in my mind that they'll have to get the AWP out and Skadoodle and try and recover some of their rounds have been so huge for them. That's going to be the 5th round in a row now for VP, and they're looking very strong right now. 13-7 is the scoreline, and
they lose both rifles.
Down. Devastating stuff, but there we go. The AWP does come out. This is when they can get back into the game and they can work out what they can do. So The obvious place is to send them towards B, try and maybe boost them up. Maybe go for that initial frag. Don't allow VP to even come out. They want to just try and lock down that first frag and get themselves back into the game, as it were.
Let's bear in mind, that Mouse Sports game was not looking good for Cloud9 until Skadoodle picked up the orb. This changed everything for them before. We're not overselling this one. This is something that worked previously. He is playing on towards that B side. Definitely not going as aggressive as I thought he may do, sitting back by that coop. So maybe just wanting to see if Virtus.Pro are actually going to commit towards B, if they're actually going to play towards it. And Virtus.Pro taking their time, once again, not committing anywhere just yet.
They're just feeding the map out. Again, just seeing where the stacks lie and whether they can get any sort of positional advantage to push the CTs back and make sure they lose their information. Freakazoid's going to be the linchpin here. You can see he's so committed, and they're going to be focusing on that long A area, but they may get some contention here for the first time. VP trying to work the frags there, and this is going to be very important. These next couple of frags will be Neo leading the charge as well with the AWP, and he's going to find a CT player any moment now. You can see them just waiting for it as well.
Yeah, it's Sean Garris just waiting around that corner. Freakazoid pushed in as well. This is going to be huge, and Snacks opens it up, already removing that throw along. But will they look for Freakazoid? They've surely got to check for this Shroud exchange as he brings it back, and there we go. Freakazoid makes his impression known. Taz, though, round the back again, back and forth, 3v3 now. But the T side already showing presence towards A. Neo pushed up. Nothing's there. Shroud was there. Neo connects the shot. Nothing denies him. They're going back and forth on every single kill. But there's still Skadoodle. There's still nothing, and the bomb has not crossed yet. Skadoodle, eyes trained. He needs to hit this shot, and he misses it. That is so uncharacteristic, but nothing will at least stop Taz. And now Pasha caught in the crossfire. Finally, Cloud9 break the trend.
So Freakazoid lying in that danger area, we sometimes call it, but he was so instrumental there. Hit that frag, he got in the rotation, got the bomb down as well, allowed the CTs to get that information they can rotate, and nothing made such a huge play there. Made his way onto the bomb side, jumped up onto the roof, and made sure he got the frag he needed to do. Skadoodle, like we said, an uncharacteristic miss from him, made it interesting, but the double AWP setup now, and this is where the Cloud9 can get the ball rolling and potentially get the momentum back in their favor. They need to string a few rounds together now, but VP opting to go back towards the B platform now. Neo holding the top of mid once again, and you can see the AWP is there in a standoff. No one wanted to face is going to be Sean holding the long A area, and I think Neo just caught a glimpse of him and takes him down. Great play by Neo there, and that's exactly what he had to do. The CT's now lacking information towards the A side, and it means they can only afford to have 3 people towards B, but Skadoodle, of course, answers back, and that's what we're talking about. Having him in that area, he can be so strong and make the picks that count.
Now it's down to where do they go? Do they work from that first pick? Neo's still looking for a little more. Nothing and Freakazoid are on A, though. They've had to hedge their bets on the CT side. Shroud and Skadoodle on towards B. Nothing, starting to look a little more, trying to keep tabs on this. I think he may spot Neo here. Oh, stunning shot from Neo. Already opening up the round and making it hurt here. Freakazoid will at least deny the cross. The bomb was actually looking towards A. That's with Pasha hanging around by long. Taz still pushing up, makes the shot count. That's Freakazoid down. Now here we go. Skadoodle, 1v2. These situations, you can never write him out on, but here we go. He finds Taz. Can he find the second? It's Pasha against Skadoodle. And this is a huge round for Cloud9. 31 seconds left. Skadoodle adjusting. Oh, Pasha's already moved, though. He's moved away from long. Pasha's backing up. He's got 24 seconds. This is going to be quite the race here. Skadoodle has to be careful, though. He has to be cautious. He can't just leave A. He needs to make sure. And here we go.
So he will have time to get the bomb down. Skadoodle not aware of this. So the fact that Pasha's getting in uncontested is going to be great for him. You can see Skadoodle's so invested in his A bomb side. Bomb does go down, and now you really do have to favour Pasha. He can play the mind games. He can get in almost any position. He's got so much time. And Skadoodle, AWP in hand, has got healthy HP, but this is a very difficult round. But if there ever was a man to do it, he is the one.
And he's just balling in. Look at this guy, just walking in with the USPS, and Pasha will just grin and slap him to the ground. That is a beautifully played out round by Pasha, not just rushing it, not just wasting it. He took it all the way around towards B, but that was quite close. But Skadoodle then just seemed almost frustrated by that.
I'm not really sure how that went down. I guess he was so invested. So I guess he was trying to be too clever. He thought, okay, he's probably faking to going towards B. I'm sure he's going to come back. Didn't happen. The simple play from Pasha. As soon as he got the bomb down, you knew that one was over. There's so many options for him to get in there, and the retake of AWP is always famously difficult. And now we look at this. We can see the pistol buy from Cloud9. They haven't got anything to play with whatsoever. Just some P250s and 5.7s, no utility at all. And as soon as VP worked that out, they opened up the map to him so well. They can just play the long-range game and looking towards that drop-down area again. Wouldn't be surprised if he went towards A and went through the connector.
And Virtus.Pro now are so close to making it through to those quarterfinals, getting their spot and carrying on the run. 14-8 here. Cloud9 just being a little shy in this one, not quite having that presence in their CT side. As you said, once Virtus.Pro get the idea of what's going on this round, this should be another clean one. This shouldn't be too difficult for them.
Well, the absolutely phenomenal round of Cloud9. You get a look at the range they've got as well. They've been taken out of the map completely. They've got no positional control on the B-bomb side. The bomb does go down, no kits for the guys. The only option is to go for some exit kills, but it's going to be completely trivial at this point. Like, the economy is so strong for VP. Bomb going down once again. It's difficult times at Cloud9, and now we go on to map points. And I don't know what to say for Cloud9. This is too far gone for them. This is pretty much GG at this stage. They've got a massive decline. 7 rounds in a row required, and considering the way it's gone so far, I just don't believe right now.
Yep. It's all spiraled a little out of control. Nothing will find Bialy, but now being hunted down by 2 players here, almost 3. And maybe looking for a couple more. Maybe he'll be able to take down Pasha. They're being so tentative, so cautious. Oh, he just got him before the flash. He got the tag, but nothing more. Virtus.Pro will put themselves onto that ever-important match point marker. And 15-8 now. One more round. And Virtus.Pro are in those quarterfinals. And so far, their T-side has been so brutal, so brilliantly done. And Cloud9 have not found an answer. They've not been able to stop it. Skadoodle's been a little quiet. He's not had the biggest of impacts in this one. And he's glass cannoning this, maybe just hoping he can pull something out of the bag here, but it looks like Virtus.Pro have something in mind, and they're not going to be slow about this one.
Yeah, they've got so many in the bags. They can do these Hail Mary plays and get straight in there. Snacks showing such control here. Shroud's going to be the point man. Can he make anything of this? Flashbang comes in, and he is going to get shut down, but looks like fully blind. And there it is. Bialy opens it up.
The spray as well. Bialy's not going to get 1. He gets 2, but this is better. Maybe. Oh, look at this. Snacks and Neo just picking up 2 out of nowhere. Freakazoid is in a dire predicament. He has very little to work with, and even less now. Taz held his nerve, and Virtus.Pro just smashing it on that T side. Beautifully done by them. Cloud9 showed a great game, but it just wasn't enough.
Absolutely. Like I said before, like Cloud9, a running trend for them is the economy management. They know they rely so heavily on Skadoodle, and they need him to be the linchpin of the whole map. Why force buy in the second round? I think that was the biggest mistake they could have made. I said at Sivo as well, they did the same thing against CLG, and it puts them in such a difficult situation, not having their key player going into that round. The T side for them was so strong as well. 6 rounds in a row. That looked like they were just taking it like all the way.